Yo guys! You're on the Dopers channel, and that means that this video is going to be dope! Today, I'm going to analyze the new episode of Skibidi Zombie Universe that MonsterUp released 3 days ago. So I will give you the detailed analysis of the 16th episode and find all its secrets and Easter eggs that you have definitely missed, and that no other Skibidi analyst had noticed except me. Who are the new guests from another universe that saved the POV? Are they really our friends, or do they have their own eerie plans to do as well? And who is this terrifying Skibidi zombie? Alright, now get on board and let's start it. This episode starts with the scene that finished the previous one. We see the Skibidi Terminator once again just a second before he'll get sucked into X-18 cannon, completely due to its specific requirements as a weapon that can actually suck the life out of its owner completely if there is no additional power source. And we know that from the excerpt in Attack on Titan style that was given to us as viewers in the end of episode 15. But as I described it with lots of details in my previous analysis of MonsterUp's zombie universe. Then let's not waste our time while repeating the same information and move on to the next scene. So the POV becomes of witness of Skibidi Terminator's tragic disappearance once again, but there's no time to mourn, as there is a loud roar bursting out in the air, indicating the emergence of the army of enraged zombie minions under the control of the terrifying zombie speakerman. The POV looks to the right side real quick and sees an absolutely disgusting and creepy zombie toilet who growls with a very human-like voice instead of the robotic tune, which is authentic to most of the ordinary Skibidi, and it makes him even more disturbing. The POV seems to share my opinion and rushes towards the X-18 cannon, grabs it, and shoots the monster right at the time he almost bites into the POV's face as he was moving to him at terrifying speed and was literal centimeters away from him before getting shot on spot. But when the little threat is done, the POV realizes that it was literally just a small part of his problems, as there is a bigger menace on the horizon, and it's a huge crowd of zombie minions on the side of the mutated zombie speaker man. It seems like this is the end for our POV, but suddenly a row of completely unexpected events happen back to back. First of all, the POV gets attacked sneakily by another zombie toilet who knocks the precious weapon out of his hands, and it looks like this disgusting little freak is about to taste the POV's flesh alongside with other hungry monsters. But then secondly, he gets eliminated by this explosive metal spinner. Thirdly, the whole bunch of other combat spinners seem to dash through the POV's eyes without hitting him and blow all these endless zombie minions up into the air, and it looks like the POV is safe and sound. But then even a bigger threat appears on our screens. It's a huge zombie toilet walking as a Skibidi Strider from episode 47 of the original Skibidi series produced by Daboom, mixed with the toilet with TV on his chest, letting out the red glow from the second part of episode 70 of the same series. Although this guy's TV already seems to be broken, so at least he's not going to use it in the battle against the POV, which doesn't make him less scary anyways. He launches towards the POV, but unfortunately for this giant freak, some unexpected help comes to the rescue. And oh man, let me talk about this with more details. The POV was saved by this trio of heroes yet unknown to us, and their appearance on the flying technologically advanced boards was one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen in the series. Okay, where do I even start here? First of all, this scene where one of the mysterious speakermen was maneuvering on the board near the giant zombie toilet reminded me a lot of this awesomely animated scene from the cartoon called Treasure Planet, where the protagonist was using almost the same kind of board, which was levitating in the air. And the futuristic, heavy-armored exosuits of all three speakermen reminded me of the outfits from the movie called The Edge of Tomorrow. And it's not the last movie reference which I captured in this scene. These guys seem to arrive from the future or some kind of alternative universe, and that would explain the way they all behave and how awesome they fight. And what they reminded me of in the first place is the Time Patrol agents from the Skibidi multiverse that was created by No Skill Clutch. In his multiverse, there is a war between Skibidimen and camera toilets, who are basically the switched versions of Skibidi toilets and cameramen. But then something unexpected happens as a classic cameraman without the toilet arrives to the party and breaks the canon events of this whole alternative reality. With his appearance, he breaks the laws of time and space, and that's how the agents from Time Patrol enter this multiverse in order to restore the broken balance. So what if these guys are members of some kind of secret organization as well? Which mission is also observing the events of this multiverse and not letting anything that could have potentially broken the laws of universe happen? But before I'll talk about these guys a little more later, let's check out this big guy that literally throws his massive body into the party he wasn't invited to. Does this freak look familiar to you? Oh yeah, well you would have been absolutely right then, as this is the combination of two Skibidi monsters from Daboom's original series at once. It's the Skibidi Frankenstein from the first part of episode 69, who is basically the buddy of Skibidi Michael Jackson from the same episode. Considering how this dude also showed himself a few times in Zombie Universe, I wonder whether he and Skibidi Frankenstein have also come from the same place or not. I'm not really sure about this though, because in this universe, this guy is not a pure version of Skibidi Frankenstein, but also combined with the terrifying Skibidi vacuum urinal who appeared in episode 46 of the original series by Daboom. Well, whatever this hellish creature was, it seems to be the most dangerous enemy in the whole episode, as it opens its mouth and starts hoovering multiple objects inside, such as the fallen zombie strider with broken TV, huge basalt rocks from the volcano's surface, and even one of the futuristic speakermen. Their suits seem to help them hold their poise and body balance, but the power of Vacuum Frankenstein's grip seems to be so strong that it unfortunately didn't help this particular dude. So he gets sucked into the terrifying trap, and we can also hear the infamous scream of Wilhelm that is getting used in lots of games and movies as a repetitive narrative joke inside the world of cinema. The Vacuum Frankenstein seems to almost have won this confrontation, but of course those three dudes didn't come on their own, and the help has already arrived to reinforce them. The POV looks upwards and sees the ship that looks like a starship meant to travel through space as if it came to this universe straight from Star Wars movie series, and two pretty badass looking soldiers land from its opening. And this time, they are dressed in exosuits that were definitely inspired by the robotic suit of Colonel Quaritch from the first Avatar movie. And even the landing scene looks pretty much the same. And together, these two are ready to fry the monster's face for good. And that's exactly what they are doing with their laser guns. The Vacuum Frankenstein looks furious and even gives out another famous sound effect, which this time came to us from the movie Jurassic Park, and it belonged to T-Rex. So when the big boy is trying to voice out his great displeasure, one of the exosuit warriors jumps right to the side of his head and simply finishes the freak off while pushing the nail deep into the skull of this zombie, making him go into silent mode forever. And the vibe of this finishing scene reminded me of Kratos fighting giant ogres in the game God of War. And after such a perfect show-off, the guy jumps from the monster's lifeless head and stands proudly in front of the POV as if he was trying to say with his whole posture something like, "Oh yeah, buddy, that's how it's actually getting done. Watch and learn." And I wouldn't even be mad on this dude if I were in the POV's shoes, because the performance that he has just shown to us was literally flawless. And there's no way anyone would be angry at this person for being way too pretentious. Besides, this guy kind of saved the lives of everyone present here right now, so do whatever your heart tells you to do, man. I won't judge for real. Then the X-18 cannon gets scanned by another speakerman, and apparently the result was obvious to him from the start, as he turns around to his comrade and nods. But what about to happen next? We're not meant to learn today, as the POV simply gets knocked out by another speakerman. Dude, you were meant to help us get up on our feet and cosplay the gray speakerman from Boom's episode 24 instead of pulling this crap. I had higher hopes about you, you know? I'll be looking forward to the next episode of this awesome series. And if you guys enjoyed my video, then give me a like and subscribe to my channel, because that's really important for me right now. And thanks for staying in tune with me in this video. Catch you later. Dopers out.